Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the trading table. This is Andrew. Joined with me is Landon, and today we're going to be going over some of the biggest movers in the market, some plays to watch, and more. Looking at our heat map here, per usual, right? See a nice sea of green over here in the tech industry. Tech had a great day with Nvidia now overtaking Apple in market cap. That is pretty crazy to think about. Apple has been up there for a very, very long time, and now Nvidia is kind of taking over here, and we'll see why in a second. But if we jump to SPY real quick, right, and let's go to the 1 day, we can see in yesterday's video, I called out, watch these levels, right? And if you did play these levels, you saw a bounce here and an insane continuation to the upside. The options contracts for like 529 0 day to end calls on SPY jumped by over like 200 something percent. So if you guys listened to that and played it, congratulations. If you didn't, don't worry. SPY is not going to stay at all-time highs forever, right? There will be a pullback, and then we'll play the pullback. But SPY going past 534 wasn't exactly in my agenda for today, so I don't have a resistance right now. And the way that we do SPY resistances is we kind of go to the 1 hour chart and see where it kind of peaks and has trouble, right? So that's where we got the 534 level from. But you zoom out and this is all-time highs, right? It has never been this high. So, you can't really get resistance unless you get it from Bookmap. So, I guess we're just going to have to watch SPY here and watch the Bookmap to see where our next resistance is going to be. You know what I mean? So, looking at AMD now, right? I did mention in the Discord that calls would be nice right here, right? Nothing really confirmed. I was just taking the idea. Honestly, I didn't even throw the play in. But, if you did, congratulations. AMD's been having a day. Rose all the way back up to 166, and that can be contributed to the fact that Nvidia is now at all-time highs. It broke 1200 like it was a piece of paper and then flew straight up, right? It did have some, trouble like kind of getting to that level, but once it did, it just broke out to the upside. And guys, Nvidia is splitting their stock 10-1, right? So there's going to be 10 volume for 1 share. So if you have 1 share in NVIDIA, you'll have 10. And then, divide their prices by 10, and that's how much it's going to cost. Very, very simple stuff, right? And this stock split, people are just going to buy it more now. It'll make NVIDIA easier to buy because who can buy 1 share of $1,200, right? Not most people. So when they announce their stock split, I could see a continuation to the upside. So don't think, just because it's all-time highs, you're getting bad entry. Honestly, I would sacrifice some loss for some gains, you know what I mean? Because when it splits, it'll go up. And if you guys, don't want to play NVIDIA, our moderator, Master P, had a great call out today of NVDL, right? This follows NVIDIA 1-1, right? Completely 1-1. The way that they do it is if we scroll down here, it's made up of just a bunch of cash, and then they have 1.77% of NVIDIA. So it's 1.77% of NVIDIA's stock price, and it follows it 1-1. So NVDL is a great option if you want to, trade options with NVIDIA. But, NVIDIA premiums are just way, way too expensive. SMH is also a great option. And speaking of SMH, we did have a big money play on this that is probably doing insane right now, right? I liquidated quite a while ago, but we called it out on the 17th, around like 3-ish. Entry literally does not matter here because of how much it rose. It doesn't matter. You're still making insane amounts of profit. I mean, these contracts jumped by over, I think 300%, maybe 500, right? I don't know how much it is now. I sold at around 250, but great continuation to the upside for SMH. Did have kind of a scary moment here on the 31st when NVIDIA pulled back. But nevertheless, with all-time highs in NVIDIA, just green candles today, right? If we go to the 1 day chart here, pretty insane price action, just straight up with very minor pullbacks. So great day for SMH. And if you guys are confused on what SMH is just an ETF that is basically just follows all semiconductors stocks like NVIDIA, not SMH, TSM, AMD, stocks like that, chip stocks, they follow very, very closely. And it's made up of all of them. So this is also a great option to trade if you're not really feeling NVIDIA's premiums because those premiums are crazy. This kind of gets you a broad version of the whole chip market. So on days when, there's some red out here with outliers and chips, SMH calls can be a great option. Or if it's, green out here and SPY's holding up and chips are just red, SMH can also be a great option. You know what I mean? TSM here, just wanted to touch on TSM real quick. We're at 163 right now. I'm not, yeah. The last time we had this, price action was quite a while ago. You can see here in March. So pretty crazy for TSM here. New highs. Probably, they can thank NVIDIA for that, right? Looking at our gold play now, right? Landon was talking about this last video, how we did have big money in gold, and I talked about entry for it. Boom, right here. This is what we do, guys. You know what I mean? Just 2 days in and out. I took profit today. A few of our members took profit today. We hopped in around this area right here, so not the most ideal entry, but entry doesn't matter when you're swimming in profit, right, guys? So that just shot up in the pre-market and continued upwards all day, and that can be contributed to, the dollar not having its best moment. Things got a little scary there with that green candle. That's when ISM data came out, I believe, at 10 a.m., and it continued to just downtrend all day. Gold strengthening, right? SPY's at all-time highs. Gold's going to be pretty high up too. But looking at KWEB now, we do have a big money play for this. And if we look at the chart here, in pre or aftermarket, KWEB's at 29.68. And once again, this follows BABA very closely, right? So BABA's been kind of continuing up lately, as we can see, right? You can kind of go here and just see a nice trend to the upside. Very not the strongest trend, but it does have some pullbacks here and there. But since like right around 11:45 on Tuesday, it's been having a nice trend up, which is great for us. JD is also a big mover of KWEB. And if we look at JD, right, huge gap up in the pre-market, huge gap up in the pre-market. And we're sitting at 30.64 right now. So KWEB, whoever's playing KWEB, look up. Great things are coming. I can promise you that. For those of you who don't know what KWEB is a Chinese ETF. It has a bunch of Chinese stocks in it. And the reason that I'm bullish on it is because the Chinese market and Chinese government, is pumping their market full of money. And, that can cause some short-term bullishness, right? The last time KWEB was around 30, which is, my price target. As you can see here, I have it set at 30, was not even that long ago, right? 28th of May. That was like, what, maybe like a week and a half ago. So KWEB, I got it to the upside. I love this pullback here. We took entry. It's been down for a little while, but I can see it, coming back up in the next few days. Going to our next play now, just reviewing on it. We have AAL, right? And AAL, I absolutely hate this stock. Honestly, I'm looking to just take my losses and get out of it tomorrow, if I'm honest with you guys. But if you don't want to do that and you haven't stop lossed out, then don't do it, because you have a lot of time to this. And, it's worth playing based on the news of it, right? They kind of are solving their problems. That's why I'm kind of getting, a bit bullish. Not bullish, but I just don't like the bearish outturn for it. So we'll look for maybe exit tomorrow. We'll see how the price moves. I know Landon's tired of this, continuation of the bulls as well, which made literally no sense for this past week based on that it was just barraged with terrible news. And you know what? It's better to take a 25% loss, which is around what it's at right now, than taking an 80% loss. So just make sure you guys keep your stop losses. All right. And just looking at TLT real quick. TLT, great day, right? TLT, I hopped in calls. I re-entered this play, and that's what I was touching on in the last video, right? You can always re-enter our plays. You just make sure you double check with us to see if big money's still in it. But, I checked. Big money's still in. I hopped in yesterday. Boom, we're at 93, right? I originally stop lossed out at 30%, made that all back and more. So you can always re-enter plays, but never just sit there and hold something that's a sinking ship. Now jumping over to Landon for some of our most recent big money plays.
Thank you, Andrew. So today we found two likable big money plays. First one is for ticker symbol MRVL. This is a call option contract at a strike of 75 with an expiration of 8/16/2024 and a total premium count of 646K and a total volume of 2.78K. It dropped a little bit today, but I'm still liking this one for the long run. And then moving on to our next one, we have ticker symbol DAL. Delta Airlines. This is also a call option uh, at a strike of 55 with an expiration of 8/16/2024. There's a total premium count of 936K and a total volume of 6.28K. And I mean, this stock just shot up, towards the end of the day. What a crazy move from this stock. But it did kind of have a little bit of a bounce down. So, we're going to look for entry, and we'll definitely be discussing this tomorrow in the Discord. And then moving on to our Bitcoin miner sector. I mean, what a day. We had absolute, just war going on. I don't know what the heck is going on. But so basically, to summarize it, um, we had a whole hedge fund company basically say that they're going to short the entire sector. They were blasting Riot all over Twitter. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. And my theory here is I feel like we might see like a move comparable to GameStop because you know the only people that really invest in this company are retail investors, and for them to short a stock like this is kind of interesting. So definitely gonna watch this for the long run because some interesting things are happening here for sure. Back to you, Andrew.
Yeah, just continuing on what Landon said, right? For just some background, the reason that people kind of just started buying GameStop to shoot it up is that it was shorted, right, by a hedge fund, and people were not happy about that. So if you look at the volume here this morning, we can see a volume ticker for 169,000, right? If we go to Riot's normal volume, we've got highs of like maybe 40 if you're lucky. On a very, very good day for Riot, you got 64. But that much volume is insane. They shorted it. And, this could be like a GameStop type of thing. It depends how mad people are and how many people are really mad. But, maybe picking up some shares of Riot would be nice, right? Down here, I know Landon played calls, had a great day today. So
Oh yeah.
just, watch out for Riot here. It's kind of like our, I don't know how I'd say it. When the market's boring, we just kind of gamble on this one, right? It's more like just a fun type of stock to trade. So if you're looking for something, to just cool down, something that's really easy to read, something that's volatile, and the options moves, go to Riot if you're bored, right? But don't risk anything you're not willing to lose on this because sometimes it has moves like this, and it's very, very unpredictable. Just
And
jumping.
Andrew, it's kind of funny here because really and truly is a little bit of a hypocrisy here. Because Roaring Kitty, if you guys don't know who he is, he's the one that's kind of leading the whole GameStop charge. He's being scrutinized, right? And for talking over on Twitter about how he's looking bullish for GameStop. But this hedge fund today on Twitter, I mean, they hammered Riot, and we saw a massive move down. So this is going to be really interesting because I don't even know what we're about to see. This will be good for sure
Oh
for
yeah.
money purposes.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely not good if Riot goes into war with a hedge fund because I don't know, man. The hedge fund might win, right? It's kind of a iffy stock. But looking at MRVL here, one of our big money plays that Landon called, right? If you think about this, you're getting a great buy-in right now. All right, this is like peak buy-in. If you guys remember with Baba, right? Baba reported earnings, right? And they dropped, and then they continued back up. Marvel, I think, is going to be one of those, right? It's a tech stock. It's in the semiconductor market is firing right now, and the only reason they really dropped is because their price was pretty high and their earnings came out and it wasn't that much of a surprise, right? So as you can see here, we've had lows that have been comparable to like almost a month ago now, or yeah, over a month ago now. So in my opinion, with Nvidia being an all-time high here and MRVL being as low as it is only because of really earnings, this is a wonderful, wonderful buy-in. And we'll be evaluating this tomorrow at market open, but I'm really, really liking Marvel right now, and I'm thinking I might enter this tomorrow morning. So be sure to join our free Discord for the latest updates on that. Looking at our earnings report, right? We had crude oil inventories today. that moved pretty nicely. Lululemon reported not too long ago, because we're filming this at around 6:04 EST. So Lululemon reported, right? They beat their earnings, and Lululemon is up $30. So big move there. I'm gonna be watching Lululemon, and I'm not gonna forget this. I'm gonna be watching Lululemon for a potential day trade tomorrow, because as stocks kind of shoot up like this or shoot down, they can kind of recover to the downside or to the upside. So we'll watch Lululemon pretty closely here in these next few weeks. Looking at a Neo for tomorrow before open, I'm kind of hoping that they shoot down a little bit so I can pick up some long-term shares. Neo is a Chinese car manufacturing company, and you know what my deal is with China stocks, right? I'm very bullish on them for the long term, so it would be great if I could pick up some shares here. Tomorrow we have two companies IPOing. Not sure who they are, but best of luck to them, right? Economic calendar is pretty boring for tomorrow. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the trading table. This has been Andrew and Landon. Please be sure to join our free Discord. Link is in the description for our step-by-step, play-by-play management. You know what I mean? And we'll see you guys tomorrow at market close.